People love to bitch and complain about everything. So when you're sitting there, you may spend weeks, months, years bitching about the same thing. So what have you done? Nothing. You're probably in the bed right now. You're probably an underachiever. You're probably somebody who doesn't want to do anything with your life. I used to be you. I used to be a fat guy. A guy that didn't care much. A guy that got D's and F's in school. A guy that blamed other people. A guy that was under mediocre. I wasn't even average. Life isn't fair. It's not fair. And you better figure out some tools and some ways to stop feeling sorry for yourself, because no one is coming to rescue you. No one feels sorry for you. No one's gonna save you. No one's gonna come out of the woods and say, hey, I got your back, man. I wanna take you from all this shit. Some people get that, but very few of us do. So the only person coming to save you is yourself. Don't look around the corner hoping, I'm gonna sit on this couch and hope for a miracle. It might come to that 1%, but it ain't coming to most of us. So you better start getting to work.
There comes a day where push comes to shove, where being mediocre and being like average and shit just burns. It sucks so much. You can't deal with it one more day, and you get off your ass and you create something that's always been there. It's always been inside of you trying to come out, but you've never wanted to unwrap it because it's too much pain and commitment. You were scared you were gonna fail. You were scared if you started, you never finish it. You didn't want to tell anyone about it. You knew it was there, but you never wanted to embark on it. Until something hits. You get fired or somebody else gets success, remind you of what you could have been. And then the spark is born. And no matter what happens, I'm never gonna be in this boat again. And you get up and you go, even if it gets knocked down, you just keep going, you're a wild man.
I had to really I realized I had to reinvent a whole nother human being within myself, because who I am wasn't gonna make it. This guy is not gonna cut it. So I had to be a guy who can take any kind of pain, any kind of suffering, any kind of torture, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. I had to have the people who, I had to visualize everybody that called me to be in a room of people like this. I had to make up these things in my mind, of things I had to overcome. And I started callousing my mind. You have to make the decision whether you want to be a badass or whether you just want to be mediocre and everything's okay. But being a badass hurts real bad.
And some moments in life, the decisions you make on a moment-to-moment basis that add up to be the guy or not the guy.
Every day is a battle. Every day is a battle because your mind wants to choose the path of least resistance. Every day. But you don't become better by ever doing that. You become normal. And I don't want to be normal. Every day I walk this earth and I see average all over the place. And they want to ask me, how did you do it? I can't tell you how, because you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it. So this guy just passed me. He said, Goggins, just be average today. Some of you just don't understand. Some of you been average for so damn long, you don't know what it is to do hard work. You wake up, right to work. Immediately your mind is in action. No one wants to do that.
We're gonna be stronger and more capable also. Leg up to society, get the edge, own it, work for it, fight for it, caress it, give birth to it. With that comes whatever dream you want. It begins today, it continues tomorrow, and it never dies.
You have to be a very strong individual and don't always look to be led. And when times are disgustingly hard, that's what I learned. I learned it's those times when even the hardest in the world are looking around for guidance. It's that one mother. Be that one mother. When even you're saying to yourself, boy, this sucks. I don't want to be here right now. And you're looking at all the guys' eyes around you. The eyes just go down like, man, we're getting out of here. This is brutal. Be that guy who finds the courage to say, you know what, man?
Let's do this.
Let's do this. So that's the one big thing I learned. Be that one out of the warriors. Be the one mother that says, life beat me up bad. I mean, I was knocked out in the 12th round of a 15-round, heavyweight bout. I was knocked out. But what happened was in the 12th round, when the challenger turned his back on me, I was getting up. And I got up and won the next 3 rounds. I knocked that motherfucker in the 15th round. So that's my mind about can't hurt me. I was hurt, man. Like literally, I had to overcome so much those first 26 years of my life that I still do every day today. You know, it's not over. But the mentality of can't hurt me is just that. No matter what's in front of you, man, you have to face, you have to confront, you have to overcome and move forward. You have to want it. You have to want to be a stronger version of yourself. I can't give you that. That's something that you have to want. You have to have a desire and a hunger and a dog in you that wants to become a stronger human being. You don't need shit. You need the ability to grind your ass into a fine powder. And when you're in that fine powder, find a way to build that mother back up repeatedly. And it's possible. And people change off of hard work, dedication, sacrifice, and suffering. That's where that change comes from.
Right.
So you have to be a hard worker, period, dot. You gotta work your ass off.
Normality is what weak people call living. I call it that. It's shit. Will break up any type of normality that you might fix in your head. It'll also push you past what you currently thought you could do, giving you confidence. And you know what? I'm selling myself too short. I'm capable of more. I just saw something happen there. I like that taste. I want some more of that taste. And I'm hungry for it.
I had zero discipline, zero self-discipline. And I realized I have to start developing this. And I started really because I was horrible at reading and I was horrible at writing. I have so many learning disabilities, not even funny. So I just sit down at the table and spend so much time in this, reading and writing and learning. And that kind of translated over to my self-discipline with working out. I started becoming obsessed. I slowly, it didn't happen that night on the couch.
Right.
Over a period of time, I started becoming obsessed with studying, with weight, with being somebody, with making people who thought I was gonna be nothing kind of like feel like shit. I became obsessed with, you have to make this right. And the only person that's gonna do is yourself. So I became obsessed with just being obsessed.
It's a war of many battles. The battles are fought every single day for betterment, to bring that elite to the surface, what we always knew we could be. I mean, isn't it about time you guys become the person you always knew you could be? Shut off the volume, the speakers of society telling you what you can't be. Listen to the voice from within, the energy inside, knowing you can be more than this. Where there are no limitations, excuses, negative energy. It's just high voltage of positive energy. Many battles, easily won on a daily occurrence. The war will never be won. Because that war is a better life. The life of inspirement, where you lead others who join you in that endeavor and create something epic that we talk about back in the day with Leonardo da Vinci, Helen Keller, Socrates, all these people that did something beyond their scope. Back then, everyone laughed at them for being different. Let those peasants of the world laugh at you now for being different, because that's beautiful. And laugh back at them for being the same everybody else you see.
I had to stop giving a about people. That was the biggest thing. I had to stop caring what people thought about me. I realized that everybody's up. That's the one thing I realized. I walked around and I put these people on a pedestal. Everybody was better than me. So I can't tell you anything about me because you're going to judge me and I'm going to feel even worse than what I am. What I realized, once I calmed my mind down and sat back and looked at how jacked up this world is, once you realize that you are not alone, everybody that's talking to you about how jacked up you are, only thing they've done better than you is they've hidden their up world better than you have. That's all they've done.
So, I get an email the other day. This young man wants to be a ranger, but he's afraid to go to ranger school. Not because how hard the training is, but because he's afraid if he fails, what people are going to say by judging him. One thing in life, this applies to everything in life. Anytime you move from being normal to trying to be exceptional, people aren't going to like that shit. Those normal people, It makes them feel like shit, so they're gonna judge you.
You need to be at the point of your life where you don't care about being judged. You can be in a room of 1 million people and they all hate you, and you walk in and you go like this. Not because you're angry at them, because you know yourself, inside and out, and you know that you've put yourself through hell to be where you're at today. You've walked the walk, you've talked the talk, and you've walked the walk. And that's, to me, what it's all about. It's all about putting those boots on the ground and getting after it every day. And once you do that, you have a feeling about yourself that no one can ever take away or even understand.
It's time to unwrap the potential you can be. Superior, man. It's within you. It's within every single one of us. And the people that have risen to that level were no different than any one of us. It's just they believed it and they're willing to work their ass off to get it.
Everything I didn't want to do is what got me to where I'm at today. Every single thing. So where we find comfort, that's where I started getting scared. When I started saying, oh, it's raining, I'm not going out there. No, you cannot say that. You cannot do that. You have got to do this. So whatever my brain thought, I did the opposite. Wherever the comfort was, I went the opposite direction. And over a period of time, boy, it calluses the shit out of your mind. You start to really develop a whole nother being. I honestly want to be considered one of the hardest men to walk the planet Earth in the history of the world. And what I mean by hard, I'm not talking about the guy who does the most pull-ups, the most sit-ups, runs the most. Just a person who's able to overcome any adversity in front of him, to figure out a way. Hardness isn't about all this physical shit, man. Yeah, it helped me get to where I'm at. But all I was doing in the whole process, the process wasn't to be ripped. It wasn't to walk around with my shirt off. That wasn't it. I knew through the physical challenges, through the physical suffering, my mind was getting stronger. I was literally doing that for a reason. I had a weak mind. All the rest just happened to come with it. I was trying to strengthen the mind to handle all the judgment that's passed on me, perceived and not. Sometimes you make it up in your own head. You know, I just want to be able to handle all of that, everything, physical, mental. I want to be perceived as that.
When you go to a gravesite, guys, you see XYZ buried here, right? A year, a birth, a dash, and a year of death. It's what you do in a dash that will make someone come to visit that gravestone. Whether it's to give respect to you, to be sad of your passing, or to find inspiration from you, even though you're dead and gone. It's a legacy you live on past. That's what creates the stories that make somebody, past your time become better through your actions. That's how you reach out and touch souls, guys. What you do in the dash. When you come to the gym, you have a birth and a death as well. You walk into the gym, that's your birth. You walk out of the gym, that's your death. It's what you do in the dash at the gym that will create something that inspires somebody else to come to the gym. They give you some leg muscles, some calf muscles. They give you the mindset muscle that you can overcome not only your physique in the gym, but the third parties, subjective natures out there that are constantly saying no, no, no to you. And you keep on saying yes, 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 and you find a way around that mother. And once you get on top of him, you piss on that mother. I told you yes, and it is a yes. Life is yes, guys. Excuses create no's. We eliminate excuses through hard work in here.
I mean, isn't it about time you do that? Isn't it about time you become that person you knew you always could be? How do you do that? You break the mold, guys. You get the out of bed when it's cold, when it's early. You do something away from the normality of what you've been doing. That's psychotic behavior. Doing the same thing, expecting a different result doesn't work that way. You must switch up the mainframe. Switch it up if you want a different result, man. Why not try it, man? Shock the system. Start with an earthquake, man. What I mean by that is, yeah, get up at 4 in the morning one day. Just one day. And go for a run. Commit to one day. And see how you feel. As you're jogging it back in around 5 or something. As your neighbors are still asleep. Or as you're jogging it back in at 6 o'clock. And your neighbor's just getting up, grabbing the coffee, looking outside. Wondering, what the day's going to hold for them. Well, your day's already provided something for you. You see how that works? I mean, mentally you'll feel like, wow, man, that was
alive.
A lot of people sit back and they dream about being a sports figure, or dream about being a SEAL, or dream about being an astronaut, and all it is a motherfucking dream. They don't put the work behind the dream. That dream has become their master. When you become the master of your dream is when you say, I want to go be a Navy SEAL, and you say, okay, I'm gonna lose 106 pounds in less than 3 months. The dream was the one thing I thought about, and the dream was now gone. Now, what comes in, the dream goes away, and the laundry list of details and tasks come up. Gotta do this, gotta do this, gotta do this, gotta do this. That's when you become the master of your dream. Like, where do I want to be in life? Where do I see myself? And then I start making these plans on how I'm gonna get there. And I don't deviate from that plan. So that's kind of how I do them now. Continue to show up, but just showing up is not enough. If you're gonna show up, you might as well show the
Everyone does a few reps where the burn starts and they stop. No one goes the extra mile. It keeps going. Like no one's in here right now. Why? Because it's Saturday evening, everyone's going to party, no one's in here. It's me. You know, no one goes the extra mile. The thing about traffic jams, guys, there are no traffic jams in the last mile of the race. It's just you and your shadow. In the beginning, everybody's there. All the pretenders and the contenders. They're all there. But the last yard of life, the last mile of the journey, there ain't nobody but you and your shadow. Traffic jams don't exist that far, because everyone else has already given up. That's what I like too, the mental concept. I'm going that far. I love the physical high of the burn being released. I love the mental high that I just improved myself. I love the mentality that I'm just beating my competitors silently, where they don't even know it. They're out partying, I'm out here getting ahead.
That's where it starts. It's that mentality of I'm gonna pick up that Pulaski and I'm gonna dig this fire line for 3 damn miles. That's that mentality I never want to lose. I never want to get so nice where, oh, yeah, I did it, man. I did it. I did it, I'm good. Yeah, that mentality of I'm willing to pick up that shovel and I'm willing to dig a 3-mile line, there's something about that mentality that I'm ready to go to work anytime.
The small margins in life that make the difference between winning and losing. You look at Michael Phelps when he was swimming, right? When he won the 8 gold medals. What was it, 0.01 seconds between him and his competitor from gold to silver? How do you train for that? You don't train for that thinking about, oh, he's genetic gifted or not. No. It's about the mindset. Saying, fuck that. I don't give a shit what anyone says. I'm gonna make this happen.
It wasn't about the potential. It wasn't about the genetics. It was about the perseverance. And it wasn't about being the hardest worker in the room. That's what got them there. And it didn't happen overnight. They got knocked down more than they ever stood up. But they kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going, because what else is the alternative? To be average again. That sucks, man.
The one path I'm talking about, hour, 2 hours every single day, sweat equity, dedication, sacrifice.
But you get knocked down. You find the intestinal fortitude to get up and face that failure again, head on. It might knock you on your ass again, but you get back up and you keep trying until you overcome that. And when you overcome that, boom, another nugget of confidence, mental strength, another log in the mental fire to keep it lit so it doesn't burn out.
A lot of people say that nothing's impossible. Shit, I even said that nothing's impossible several times in my life. I lied. There's a lot of things that are impossible for you to do. What happens is, when we come across something that's very hard and we try it once or maybe twice, we then say, we're done, we can't do it anymore. Before you say something's impossible, do it and do it and do it to a level that people think that you might be crazy until you say it's impossible. I'm tied up, hands and feet. I hate the water. I sink like a rock. But this is the one thing that almost stopped me from feeling my dreams.
We all fall down in life. The question is, who gets back up? You go after and you give it all you had. If you lose, at least you tried, man. I failed. It's 10 times more of a man than someone said, what if? Because what if never went to the arena? When you guys find a fear, that fear will either create you or destroy you. I love fear. The reason why, behind every fear is a person you want to be. Fear is self-imposed, meaning it doesn't exist. You create it, you can destroy it too. It's an intangible. If you face your fears, guys, you will realize it's not that big. And once you face it, you go, oh my God, man, I spent all this time running from it. It was so small. If I just faced it, my God, not only did I face it, I beat it back, energy is never lost, transferred. That negative energy, that fear, is destroyed. It comes back in as confidence. Like, what else am I capable of? What else am I holding my back from that I'm capable of more? What am I running from I don't need to? What else can I overcome? You face your fears, you become the person you want to be. You run from your fears, you're not living. Grab your nuts. For once in your life, add some ownership, some credibility behind your actions and your words. Mean what you say, do what you say. Follow through for something for one time in your life. One time, follow through on what you said. You feel a high that you've never felt before. When you follow through on things in life, guys, you achieve the confidence, the mentality that anything's possible.
Hey, what were you doing for the last 65 hours? I know what I was doing. I was running all up and down the mountains. Getting it in. Doing what I preach about.
It's about doing, my friend. Ain't about talking. So ain't nothing I can say. It's what I can do. Believe in yourself beyond, without a doubt. Believe in yourself. And don't rely on anybody to believe in you. Don't rely on anybody to push you or make you better. Believe in yourself and only yourself. And allow that human being to make you a better person.
Believe in the journey you're about to embark on. Mentally, you must believe it before you physically start it. Otherwise, it will never reach prosperity. Your questions will be figured out. When you hit rock bottom and you fail and you hit the pavement, you learn to catch yourself. That's the lesson you never forget. Stop trying to learn from everybody else. Believe in yourself as enough of a reason to transform into something great. Stop sitting back saying, yeah, man, that'd be cool, I want to be this, I want to be that. Grab your thoughts to be it.
A lot of us don't believe that we can achieve the impossible. And along my journey, I started realizing, man, I gotta tell some people about this shit, man. Like, I discovered something that some people have, but they don't even know. All of us have it. But along this way, I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't a theorist. I became a practitioner. And I was like, my God, I'm busting down so many barriers of, like, I have a learning disability. Okay, but I'm catching up with everybody. I figured that out. I figured out all these negative things in my life that were keeping me in this hole. I'm like, I gotta tell people, man, that, hang on a second, man. You can achieve the absolute impossible. You don't need great parents. You don't need, like, a private school. You don't need to have this humongous GPA and all this other shit. What you need is the one thing I talk about in my book, which is straight up, brutal work ethic.
I'm not saying it's easy, man. But the results you get, you're gonna love them, man. It's gonna make all the sweat equity, all this pain right now, all worthwhile. The thing about pain is, like, you feel it right now, it's temporary, man. But later in life, you don't remember the pain. You just remember, like, the glory and the good times. When I was going through West Point, or Ranger School, man, there was some really dark hours, dark days and dark years in my life, man. But looking back on it, I mean, I just remember the good people and the good times. I don't remember all those, times where I was just so done and worn out. I don't remember that. I just remember that I made it through it. And that exhilaration of pride and achievement, man, that outweighs all the pain and struggle, and that sweat equity to get there. It really does, as long as you get there. That's why when they say pain is temporary, pride's forever, that's what they're talking about.
Whether you like it or not, from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, a lot of us are at war with ourselves. And within that war, you have several battles. Those battles are basically choices. No, I'm not talking about a war that you might find in the Coliseum. I'm talking about a war that's in your brain. That war exists because life has so many choices. Within those choices, you gotta make right decisions. But you know what? That when the alarm goes off in the morning, you don't have to wake up. Don't wake up, don't worry about that. When you're in school, you know what, that man, it's too hard to study, so don't study. You know what, don't eat healthy, because you don't have to. So guess what, when you fail, don't blame your mom, don't blame your dad, don't blame teachers. Only person you have to blame is yourself. People ask me about, how do you train for ultra marathons? The big thing is you gotta put some big runs in, followed by some medium runs. Yesterday I did a 50K. My legs were all beat down. One was me tired, feel like shit. But guess what? I know, how about days off? One day, but not today. If you're training for a nice big race, get your legs all tired, mucked up, jacked up, where your mind and body say, I don't wanna do shit anymore. And guess what you do? You go out and get some more miles in. So yesterday, I did a 50K. Today I'm gonna do a nice 15-miler, nice and easy. Legs feel like shit, but that's how they're gonna feel at miles 60 and 70 of a 100-mile race. Get after it, like I said, not today. Get after it.
95% of the game, like I said before, is right up here, guys. If you guys believe you can do this, you can eat Twinkies and become the man. I know there's no scientific evidence for that, guys. But I swear to you, obviously eating right, resting, have good cardio and everything else, all these things add up to equal weights and they're all very important. But none of them mean anything without the mental fate that today I'm no longer being a loser. Today I'm gonna change my path. I'm gonna get on the path of success. I don't care how long that road is. I'm gonna see it through no matter what, because you know what? I've been living enough years in this shithole, I don't wanna be here anymore. I'm not happy with this, and I'm tired of making excuses. I'm tired of going through the same circular motion of shit. I wanna be different. And last I looked, every single day I'm getting older, meaning I'm gonna get old, I'm running out of time.
Your heroes will let you down. Your heroes will let you down. One person that you can switch and change is yourself. Holding yourself accountable. You be your own hero. What that means is look at yourself in the mirror, and you're not gonna be Tiger Woods. You're not gonna be whoever you want to be. Whoever your hero is, they're gonna let you down. Trust me, they will. We're human beings, and you cannot be them. You're not them. You gotta find your best self, and in doing that, stop reading books about other people. Stop doing this about other people. Spend time with yourself. Spend time with yourself. Create your own super being. Create your own Rocky. Create your own Rambo. Create your own superhero. And what that means is, I'm my own role model. Because when I'm up, I look in the mirror and say, you're up, and we gotta fix this now. I can't call up somebody and say, hey man, you really let me down. So that's how I believe. I believe in being your own hero and also writing your own book. Write your own book. And my big thing is, if you're not changing your life, not doing shit with your life.
What I love about this, guys, it's in the middle of the set. It's like the journey of your life. Like you're born, you lift the weight up. Feels light at first. And as you keep going, it gets harder and harder and harder. So what happens is, your physical strength has left the doggy. The only thing left to override the differential of continuing the journey or stopping the journey is the mental strength. And you start to develop that. And mentally, you have a number in your head you're going for, even though your body's physically hit failure. You keep pushing past mentally, 3 more. And when you finish it, you're like, God damn, man, I'm so glad I believed in myself. I'm so glad I didn't sell myself short, because at the end of the day, if you don't believe in yourself, who can you ever expect to? You guys must be the now of what you want to be later. It starts right now. And if you're not doing the now, don't ever expect the later to be the person you want to look in the mirror.